Benfica give Man United new asking price for João Neves after rejecting opening offer. Benfica have rejected an opening offer of €60 million, £51 million, from Manchester United for midfielder João Neves. United are eager to bring in a new defensive midfielder this summer, with Casemiro's future at the club looking increasingly uncertain following a difficult second season in Manchester. Neves, 19, has emerged as the club's top target for that position, with United eager to bring him to Old Trafford in the coming months. United have now tested the water with an opening bid of €60 million, Record report, one that has been immediately rejected by Benfica. Neves has a release clause of £105 million written into his contract, the same figure Chelsea were forced to pay up when they signed Enzo Fernandez from the Portuguese giants 18 months ago. Should Neves leave, Benfica president Rui Costa wants a fee as close to that release clause as possible, but the report suggests negotiations could start at £85 million. United are not the only club interested in the midfielder, however, with Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, and Bayern Munich all keen, but United's interest is the most advanced, although they will have to increase their bid considerably to land one of Europe's most promising young talents. Neves replaced Fernandes in Benfica's midfield following the latter's move to Chelsea in January last year, and has been a mainstay ever since. He will hope to line up alongside Bruno Fernandes for Portugal at Euro 2024 this summer, with the Manchester United captain convinced his young teammate can thrive in the Premier League. "I don't know if United rumours are true, but I know he is ready for that big jump," said Fernandes in March. "He is an excellent player. He's with the national team. That's also why the big clubs are after him." In January, Benfica took the unusual step of releasing a statement to deny reports United had already held talks over a deal for the Portuguese midfielder. Manchester United set to lose highly rated youngster after contract snub. Manchester United are set to lose one of their most highly rated young players after Omari Forson rejected the offer of a new contract. The 19-year-old forward was understood to be close to agreeing a deal last November, but negotiations stalled, and his representatives have informed United their client intends to seek a fresh challenge. Forson made his first team debut in an FA Cup win at Wigan earlier this year, and a host of injuries to established stars saw him parachuted into Erik ten Hag's starting lineup for a game against Fulham in the Premier League. United still retain an outside hope of Forson changing his mind, but Fabrizio Romano reports the teenager's mind is already made up and he will depart when his contract expires at the end of June. Forson's departure will only exacerbate United's need for a new winger, given the likely departures of Jadon Sancho and Mason Greenwood. United are still to make a definitive decision on Greenwood's future after he spent the season on loan with Getafe. The likes of Juventus and Atletico Madrid have expressed an interest in the England international, and another loan spell appears the most likely outcome at this point of the transfer window. Sancho's future, meanwhile, also appears likely to lie away from Old Trafford, especially if Ten Hag remains at the helm. The 24-year-old was rejuvenated by a loan spell at Borussia Dortmund that culminated in Saturday's Champions League final defeat against Real Madrid. "We win together, we lose together. These moments only make us stronger," said Sancho in a statement on Instagram last night. "I'm so grateful to be a part of such an amazing group of players. I want to congratulate Real Madrid on winning the Champions League. We came up short on the night, but we should be super proud of ourselves. We are a family, and these moments." Sir Jim Ratcliffe, meanwhile, is still yet to make a final decision on Ten Hag's future over a fortnight on from United's FA Cup final win over Manchester City. The INEOS chief, along with his new backroom team, are conducting a full and frank review into United's season before deciding whether or not the Dutch coach will be granted a third season at the helm. Tenacious star becomes new #1 Man United target as Ratcliffe cools interest in £100 million ace. Manchester United and INEOS chief Sir Jim Ratcliffe has switched transfer targets as he tries to elevate the club's midfield, with a report claiming Morten Hjulmand is now firmly in his sights. Hjulmand is a 24-year-old defensive midfielder who can also operate in the number 8 and number 10 roles if required. He spent time in the Copenhagen academy before testing himself out abroad at Austrian side Admira Wacker and then Lecce. Hjulmand went on to establish himself as a key player for Lecce and even became their captain. Last summer, the midfield enforcer took the next step in his career by joining Portuguese giant Sporting Lisbon for Euro 19.5 million. Hjulmand has enjoyed a successful debut season in Portugal, having made 49 appearances in all competitions and helped Ruben Amorim's side win the league and reach the final of the Portuguese Cup. Last summer, the midfield enforcer took the next step in his career by joining Portuguese giant Sporting Lisbon for Euro 19.5 million. Hjulmand has enjoyed a successful debut season in Portugal, having made 49 appearances in all competitions and helped Ruben Amorim's side win the league and reach the final of the Portuguese Cup. But Hjulmand's time at Sporting could be short. He was tipped to join Liverpool amid their talks with Amorim, but the Reds instead opted to bring in Arne Slot as their new head coach. Instead, a big transfer to Man United has emerged as a possibility. It was revealed earlier in the season that Man United recruitment chiefs are fans of the Dane and are keeping tabs on his situation. As per an update from Give Me Sport, Hjulmand has now rocketed up Ratcliffe's wanted list and is now the #1 target for Man United to strengthen their defensive midfield ranks. Ratcliffe views Hjulmand as a priority signing for Man United, and this could see the British billionaire schedule talks with Sporting to try and strike a deal. Hjulmand, who has been labelled a tenacious and intelligent midfielder by Breaking the Line scout report, has a long-term contract with Sporting which runs for another 4 years, but Sporting could be convinced to sell the 5-cap international if Man United bid £69 million for him. Such a deal would see Sporting make over £45 million in profit. After all, £69 million is clearly a lot of money to pay for a player who has never featured in England before. However, it could be argued that a swoop for Hjulmand makes more sense than a move for his Primeira Liga rival João Neves. Ratcliffe has previously identified Benfica starlet Neves as a prime candidate to protect Man United's back four next season. But Benfica want to keep their academy graduate for a few more years and could resultantly hold out for his entire £102 million release clause before signing off on his exit. Neves is only 19 years of age, and while he has fantastic potential, that potential £102 million outlay would come with huge risk. Hjulmand, in comparison, is 5 years older than Neves and is already a leader, which is exactly what the Red Devils need. And Hjulmand's lower cost has made him far more appealing to Ratcliffe than Neves. Man United's current defensive midfielder is Casemiro, but he has just endured a tough campaign. After being told to immediately end his career at the top level by Jamie Carragher, Casemiro is now likely to join Cristiano Ronaldo at Al Nassr. Manchester United prepared to double striking targets' wages as they seek Anthony Martial replacement. Manchester United are believed to have identified Wolves striker Matheus Cunha as a potential replacement for departing Anthony Martial. Cunha is believed to have a £60 million price tag on his head, although Wolves will be reluctant to sell a player who has been a top performer for the last 18 months. The Brazilian spent 6 months on loan at Wolves from January 2023 and would agree to a permanent move directly afterwards. Manchester United have made signing a striker a high priority given that only Rasmus Højlund and Marcus Rashford remain as first-team forwards. He has been watched by Manchester United scouts on several occasions and they are believed to have sounded out what it would take to progress talks with the 25-year-old. Cunha had a stellar debut season in the Premier League after joining from Atletico Madrid for £44 million in the summer of last year. During his loan term, Cunha assisted former manager Julen Lopetegui in keeping Wolves in the top division. He built on that performance in his first full term. The South American had an outstanding season, tallying 14 goals, 12 in the league, and dishing out 8 assists. Wolves' slide down the standings was largely caused by his absence in the latter stages of the campaign. He is the epitome of the aggressive, vibrant, and ambitious players Sir Jim Ratcliffe is looking to bring in to help with his United revolution. Cunha, who is reportedly paid almost £60,000 a week at Molineux, is someone Wolves are unlikely to allow to go without significant compensation. However, Manchester United are willing to double his wages according to a report from the Mirror. Manchester United zero in on Liverpool target as another striker option. West Ham striker Mohamed Kudus is reportedly a target for Manchester United as well, so Liverpool may have competition in their pursuit of the Ghanaian player. In his first season playing in England, Kudus scored 14 goals for the Hammers across all competitions, and his performance has drawn attention from the bigger clubs in the Premier League. The 23-year-old has recently been linked to Liverpool as speculation about the future of Mohamed Salah continues. The Ghana international has an £85 million release clause in his deal, but it will only become active in the summer of 2025. It has been posited that West Ham would ask for a fee closer to £90 million to let their star striker leave in the next window.